Very good.
So, calling to COA board meeting for, what's today's date?
The December 17th.
December 17th? Oh, that's because I'm looking at here.
Yeah.
17th, December 17th, board meeting, calling to order at 9:42. Want to mention that Area 58 is tape recording this meeting, and we'll start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Darlene, did you get an agenda?
Yes, thank you.
Approval of the November 19th, 2024 board meetings. I gave everybody a copy. I haven't had a chance. I just want a minute to look at them. Okay, can I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes from November 19th,
I make a motion
2024?
we accept the meetings from November 19th.
I second the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Darlene, I just had a question.
Mm-hmm.
So you hired the new van driver?
Yes, it's been
So that's
official.
great.
So
Yeah, and that's working out great, I'm
it will
sure.
be, he'll start the 23rd.
Wow,
Yep,
awesome.
yep, thank you.
Okay, van driver to start the 23rd. 2 days before Christmas, I guess he won't get his first paycheck for the holidays. That stinks.
I know, that's,
Okay, that's good. What else did I have? Oh, the case manager, can you just remind me what that is? The
case-
COA has been assigned to a case
oh,
manager in the contract.
yes, so typically, Old Colony Elder Services is our aging service access point. We're all under the umbrella of the Executive Office of Elder Affairs, and we're the front line to the community that is the COA. So when we make a referral over to Old Colony, say somebody needs home care support or something, we usually like the person to be be able to self-identify and call, but sometimes people aren't able to do that. So it's nice to have a case manager that is assigned to our area. So you'll have that one contact all the time that is familiar with the case.
Oh, great.
So we never had that for 3.5 years. So when I reached out to Old Colony and I said, look, we haven't had anyone for 3.5 years. What can we do about this? So we have this new person. Her name is Louise, and so we're looking forward to working with her. So what I did
Nice.
prior to that, usually what happens is the outreach is most familiar. And each month, I'd like to have them set up, which I was trying to keep that continuity there, have them set up to identify certain needs within the communities, because sometimes people don't have other people to help them or support them in the community. So, family or friends, so they have a tendency to get lost in the system. So we try to make sure that we're out there in the front to make sure, hey, how you doing? Is anything, everything going well? Maybe they've set up services, but then something happened because whatever, they didn't answer the door or things like that might have fallen through the cracks on that. A lot of different situations, of course. So we just make sure that we're there for them, just to let them know that if there's a problem that, or they don't have access to fuel, something right now with the fuel assistance, the funding hasn't come through yet, so a lot of people are worried about their bills too, you know, so stuff like that, maybe they,
So you
we could
try
work
to
with
help them?
Yeah, the outreach
So
will
not
work.
every case gets referred to a case manager?
No.
Just, right, okay,
We wish
just
we
ones that
did.
you need help with, yes.
Yeah, so
Okay.
any referrals that we make over to Old Colony Elder Services, which is OCES, their new names, but they've been trying to brand for a long time, but OCES. We have now a case manager, so.
And there's no money involved, like every time you do a case, you don't have to, I don't know,
Money involved in trying.
like pay, like if you submit a case to the case manager, there's no financial responsibility that we have to give money to the caseworker or anything like that?
No,
No.
we wouldn't do that. Everything that Old Colony has is funded by OCPC, Old Colony Planning Council.
Okay.
So they actually have funding for home care support, and it is income driven. So if we make a connection for a consumer and the consumer's within respite care, they call it, or over respite care, then they would recommend they go private care. But majority of the people are within the guidelines, and they would receive certain funding. So they'd only pay a small stipend per month, you know, the consumer would, and not us per se. Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Okay, so do we want to jump right into the mission statement? And I see that you've made some changes. So I don't know, how do you think we should do this, Darlene? Like,
Well, I was just wondering, like, if there was any way that we can shorten it.
okay, so you had some suggestions. Okay,
Excuse me, thank you.
okay.
It just seems like it's a one big run-on sentence.
Yeah,
But I always was bothered by it, like, it always bothered me, because it just went
Yeah.
on this whole long, but comma. But it was
Okay.
like, can we get the commas
So,
out?
let's see.
Make
I
it
like,
simple.
let's do it, I guess, piece by piece. So, the Council on Aging's mission is to advocate for older adults and persons with a documented disability. Do you want so let's put a period after that, because that's basically what our mission is. And then we're suggesting to identify the economic, health, social, and cultural needs of the community. So you're suggesting to get rid of that part, but do you like that part?
I just wondered if, let's see, I'm
So
to advocate
The
for
council
older
on-
adults
yeah.
and persons.
with the documented disability, and then put a period.
Well, you know what, we could probably take out the documented disability and just say we advocate for older adults and for older adults and caregivers. Because, you know, we're the whole,
I remember that conversation
Yeah,
that we
we
had
did.
with the persons with the documented disability. So it wasn't necessarily, that whole conversation went, well, what
Are
is
we-
the age of a senior? And if somebody's, so if somebody goes into your center and they're 40 years old, but they have a documented disability and they're asking for fuel assistance or for Meals on Wheels, is it the COA's mission or responsibility to advocate for that person, to help that person, or are we just sending them to, helping them find the best source?
we would become a resource, and we're a hub.
So
hub
we
resource.
we are helping people
Yeah.
with a documented disability.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So I guess what we need to understand, like, maybe we can think about and come back with some thoughts, like maybe everybody put something together, and then we can kind of think it through as to shorten it up, so that it doesn't have, just it has a better flow of one
Well, I
sentence.
think we have time to just, everybody
Okay.
kind of give like their thoughts.
Okay.
So we want to keep that whole first sentence. The Council on Aging's mission is to advocate for the older adults and persons with a documented disability. That's really
Period.
your mission.
Yep,
Okay,
period. And then.
period.
Then,
So then the
We are a
next little
hub.
thing is to identify the economic, health, social, and cultural needs of our community. So that's really of our community. Are we? Our community would be your senior community.
what about if we do, we are a hub of resources, identifying economic, health, social, and cultural needs of the community and to provide support, learning, and socialization while striving to enrich lives by offering an array of programs. Period.
So how much of that did you take out?
And leave the rest of it out. All right.
So it's this sentence, to identify the economic, health, social,
Let me
and
see.
cultural needs of our community. And then, so
I wrote
all in
something.
all, it's that.
I wrote something up here. Let me see what I did.
Okay, that's good, yeah.
All right, hold on one sec.
So we'll keep the first.
You've got documented disability in there twice.
Yeah, it's like a lot of documentation. Let me just see if I can do this. I wrote some stuff down before.
To provide an environment of support. Yeah, we can take some wording out if you think.
Yeah, it's very wordy.
To identify the economic.
How about
How
to
about
optimize, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
if you put the council mission is to advocate and provide for older adults and persons with a documented disability,
Mm-hmm.
an environment of support, learning, and socialization, and then leave off while striving to enrich lives, because you have the program thing in there already.
Right, that's good too. I like that.
All right, what did you have? Did you find what you had, Delaney?
Yeah, so what I was thinking, okay, the Council of Aging's mission is to advocate for older adults, comma, persons with documented disability, and their families and caregivers, period.
Okay, hold on, that's
Um,
good. Hold
and then
on.
it says,
Their documented disabilities, their families and caregivers?
correct, and we do.
Okay. And yeah, I think like what Judy was saying, this whole paragraph, it's this whole next
Yeah,
thing that just has to be.
right. So do you want to say
Okay,
one
so
more
and then
sentence, small, shorten that
caregivers.
sentence up?
Shorten that sentence up.
Advocacy, let me see, hold on. What else I put?
There.
The lives of seniors, okay, their families and caregivers, period, okay. Could we say we are the hub of resources, identifying we are the hub of resources, offering
Okay, so
offering
to
a
be the
wide,
hub of,
we hub,
how about to provide for the economic, health, social, and cultural needs of our community?
yeah. So,
Okay.
ooh, I keep getting stuck here. Yeah, so we are the hub of resources, providing an environment of support, learning, and socialization while striving to enrich the lives. And we already repeated that, so I don't want to do that again. We are the hub of resources, promoting independence, wellness, and dignity while improving their life, while improving the quality of life for our population. No.
Okay,
We
so
are the-
I have,
We are the hub of resources. But go ahead.
okay, so I have, the Council on Aging's mission is to advocate for older adults and persons with a documented disability, their families and caregivers, to provide economic, health, social, and cultural needs of our community. And then I don't think we need to provide economic support.
No.
That's, because that's like kind
Yeah.
of repeating.
Yeah, I agree with that. But do you think we should put, we are the hub of resources? Because that's the way a lot of us senior centers are going.
I think that, yeah, I don't know if but that, I mean, that's fine. So we are the hub to provide for, we could do that.
We are the hub of resources to identify the economic,
Yeah.
health, social, and cultural needs of our community, period.
Of resources.
While promoting
Well, I don't
their
know that we need
independence.
that. We are the hub of resources to provide for economic, health, social, and cultural needs of our community. Is that what you said?
Yeah, cultural needs of our community.
Okay, period.
while promoting their independence, wellness, and dignity,
I love it.
striving to improve the quality of life.
Well, promoting, say that again?
While promoting their independence, wellness, and dignity.
Well, promoting their independence, wellness, and dignity.
Yeah, does that sound right?
I
Wellness
love
and
it.
dignity.
Mhm.
Does that sound okay?
I love it.
Okay. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Okay, that simplifies it a little bit, huh? Gives it a little bit, no choppiness, not streaming.
Do we want to somewhere put in offering a wide array of programs? How about,
I mean,
how about just adding,
a hub of resources listen, so if there's we are
How
a
about
hub of
adding it-
resources, economic, health, social, cultural needs.
okay, of
That's
our community, whatever, comma, while promoting, yeah, no, I think that's good. I think that's good. Because I think while providing programs, that's in that first sentence, right?
It leaves it open for interpretation in some regards, because
Yeah.
not everybody's created equal. You know, like issues with recreating. Do we ever have a vision? I don't think our page has
We
a
never
vision.
had a vision, the library
We
has a
never
vision
did.
statement, and
I
it
think
is
it's
very, it is much more succinct, like where we kind of, I forget the exact kind of definition of our vision statement, but it's shorter than our mission statement. The mission is really the things you do to accomplish your vision. Like, what do we see the vision of the COA? You know, a place for.
A hub.
Yeah, a hub. We could use it.
So that's what I was thinking. So basically, future-wise, where we want to be. So
Right.
what's our objective in terms of our services and so on?
I think for a vision statement, I think that that's something, if we want to, like, we have duties and responsibilities, and that's fine. But if you want a vision statement, you should maybe we should do some research on what vision statements are as opposed to mission statements, and then come back and write a vision statement.
Yeah.
But just for today and getting this done, just so I don't want to write a vision statement when we're not all really clear, like, on what a vision statement should contain. I have to do like a little research on, I think you should look that up too. We can all
Yeah.
say, well, what is a vision as opposed to the mission and things like that. But if we get this shortened, that'll be good. So
Well, any business branding is going to have the mission, value statement, vision, and then the value statement, their value in terms of what their
Right.
services are going to be,
yeah,
the types of services. And I listed a lot of services on that webpage that we have
right.
that we can
Yeah.
perform.
Yep.
And so, the duties and responsibilities, that's kind of maybe old terminology, I don't know. Duties and responsibilities, I don't see that in too many pages.
No, but I think that
Do
just
they?
kind of goes to the bylaws, and I don't think it's
5 to 7 minutes, okay, duties and responsibilities, that's in like another, but it shouldn't,
it's another thing. It has nothing to do with the
No,
mission statement. It really has to do with the board.
right. Yep, so that's like inside, yeah, that's inside like
Right.
the the
Right.
guidelines, yeah.
So what I have for the mission statement is the Council on Aging mission is to advocate for older adults and persons with documented disabilities, their families, and caregivers. We are the we are the hub of resources to provide for economic, health, social, and cultural needs of our community.
To identify. Because we have to understand,
Okay,
we do
so-
an assessment.
Okay.
Yep.
So we are the hub of resources to provide for economic, health, social, and cultural needs and what? Oh, to identify.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me that sentence again.
Yep, we are the hub of resources to identify
Oh, to identify.
the economic, health, social, and cultural needs of individuals. Let's do that, not community.
Okay, so to identify the economic,
Yep.
health, social, and cultural needs of our,
Individuals or community? Which one do you want to use?
thoughts?
I think
I would go with our community.
I stay with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds cool.
Down,
What do you think, Pat?
Pat, what do you think?
I
We're
think
on.
individuals, they more or less, you're talking to an individual.
Identify the economic. Well, economic
Yeah.
in terms of it's more macro, isn't it? More wider.
You say individual,
community.
you like community, Judy?
I would say individuals.
Okay. And I like community, so you're the tiebreaker, Darlene.
Okay, to identify the
The board
economic.
is split on this.
To identify the economic, health, social, and cultural needs. So that's more wide. Those terms are more broad, right?
Yeah.
They're very, very broad. So when you talk of broad terminology or broad terms like that, I think community is most applicable, right?
Okay.
But the individuals, let's see,
You could put of our,
but say if we offer, let's see.
of
to-
our C,
we
you
are
could
the
put
hub
of
of
our
resources.
COA community.
Oh, how about this? We are the hub of resources offering a wide array of programs, transportation, while advocating on the behalf of seniors and persons with documented, or on the behalf of seniors and their families.
No,
Okay,
we
I
all
just
have
made that
all-
one up.
Yeah. I just made that up.
I just
Okay.
was like,
Big
now we're
two,
getting
we're
to-
deciding between community or individuals, or can we think of a better word? I kind of like COA community, because that encompasses like
That encompasses all the seniors.
all the seniors and all the people with
Members.
documented, yeah.
Council on Aging
I
members.
love it.
Okay,
I love it.
Yep.
Of
So
our
it's community.
see,
COA
Council on
community.
Aging members, we gotta spell it out.
Council of Aging members.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Of, not on, Council on Aging.
It's of, right? I always
On.
get that wrong. On or of? On, you're right, it's right here in my
No.
booklet.
I was just wondering. Okay, Council on Aging
Members.
members. That's
Okay,
cool.
I'll
All
say
right,
it
we're
again.
good.
The Council on Aging's mission is to advocate for older adults and persons with a documented disability, their families, and caregivers. We are the hub of resources to identify the economic, health, social, and cultural needs of our COA members.
Perfect.
Yeah.
while promoting their independence, wellness, and dignity.
Right.
Yeah, so we're getting rid of and improving their quality of life. I don't really think I think that's all spelled out in
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we put it back, change it in our website, and we'll identify too all what we do below it. So the transportation, advocating, all that stuff, that will be identified below.
Right.
Yeah. So that's cool. Thank you. That
Do you
looks,
think
sounds
members
good.
is good to put members in there? What if somebody's sitting back and thinking, well, I'm not a member of the COA?
Yeah, it's true, with the COA and the caregivers. It'd be caregivers,
And-
because we do serve the caregivers. That's our whole point too. And families, caregivers and families. Caregivers is a broad term. Families is a family, you know, so.
How about
Culture needs
extended families?
of-
Well, we might be back to community.
Yeah,
I think that's better than,
that's a good point, Pat. Very good point, thank you.
Mm.
Culture
Yeah.
needs of,
And then
Our-
our community, yeah, instead of the COA community, because you're right, people might say, well, I'm not a member of the COA. So just, okay, back to our
how about our
community.
individuals and community?
Wordy.
Okay, okay.
Cutting it
All right.
down.
Cut
You
it
wanna
out.
put Halifax in front of community?
No,
No.
no, Nick, thank you. I don't think so. I don't think we need to do that because it's under our website, so they will.
So,
It's becoming, like you said, a little bit too
So I'm gonna,
wordy on that one.
write this, type this up again.
okay.
Want me to do it? Okay, if you want.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
And I'll send it out, but we have to, we'll have to approve it at the next meeting.
Yeah.
So by the next meeting, I'll bring it and then we can approve it. And in the meantime, Darlene and all of us, if, you know, we kind of want to look around between the difference of vision and mission statements. Because I know that the library's long-range plan has a vision and it has a mission statement. So I just can't remember like what, you know, I think it's the vision.
Is the future.
Right, right.
Is what your
Where we see the
your
library
objectives,
and what the point is, and then our
Your
mission
goals.
statement is, yeah.
goal / yeah. So that would be.
But we can all come back with sort of like, and talk about the vision statement, because I think it's important, I think that's a good point. We should have that in there. And this page can be, you know, vision statement. And a vision statement, I really think is just a few sentences.
Yes,
It
it's
just
yeah,
clearly states like what is our vision for this place.
New building.
And then mission, and then the duties, and I would keep the duties and responsibilities.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. In another spot.
Okay, that's great. I like this. Everybody
Thanks
like this
for doing
mission
that.
that
statement?
looks good.
That always bothered me. I'm glad we did it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks for doing that.
Okay, chair's report. I don't have one. I just, let's think about a vision statement for the next time. And we'll talk about that. I'll put that on the agenda for the next time. So Darlene, the only thing I had under the director's report, I'm looking at the agenda, is to update this. But did everybody got a copy of budget
Oh.
status report?
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to talk to Darlene about? Anybody have any questions on how the money works or anything like that?
I think
We,
it's fine.
just to comment, we were fortunate enough to, so what we try to do is like the different accounts and so on, the revolving and gifts and revolving accounts, gifts and transportation, those are continual, they go from year to year. So with those types of, you can see it's accumulated.
Yeah.
So we gotta start spending it. A little bit. So the thing is that with the van situation, you never know what it's gonna cost, because we needed to get, it was leaking, one of our vans was leaking. So we don't know where the water is coming from. We don't know, and it's an older, it's 2013, so therefore we just don't know what that's gonna cost. But we would bring it over to our shop, thank goodness we have them, they
Say
were
Fred's
awesome.
gotta figure out how to get a new van.
Yeah, so that's our capital planning.
Put that on your list.
Do some fundraising,
Absolutely.
$100,000 or more probably. So, but, so that would be something though, but, yeah, so that, we just
So you
got.
said something about you were doing a revolving fund? Just-
No, those are the revolving
Oh,
accounts
these are
there.
revolving accounts,
So,
yes.
so we also got 500, we were awarded $500.
Oh, right.
To
Where did
build
that
the
go?
triad back up, so what,
Oh.
yeah, so I noticed that we've been using the funding to purchase like the soda, not soda, but, tea and coffee and so on. It's a most respectable, committee, and I want to keep it that way. And so I want to make sure that, so I saw that the funding was a little bit cutting, a little skim or light. So I thought, one of the outreach people from the district attorney's office offered this grant
So
from
that's
a
what
year
that
and a half ago.
$500 is for?
Yeah, so,
From
correct,
Ted Cruz?
so
Oh, awesome.
each of these accounts are set aside for a specific reason, and it's all grant funded. So remember, the COA is grant funded. Their funding is grant funds from the state, it's also grant funds from different funds, grants, and also for the Friends of the COA, they support, all of these entities support our mission and our community, so the COA. But of course, the salaries is supported by the town in terms of that. But we are we are given each year, which I decreased that, we know that we have to decrease that amount by 10%. But because we use so much of our grant funds, I was able to reduce that by $4,000 in terms of our expenses from the town. So the town would authorize us or allow us $8,800 for, toner, supplies for that, postage, things like that. But we use I've extracted some of that money so that we don't have to use postage all the time through town funding. We could use it through other vehicles. And I was able to do that because it runs about $176 a month or $180.
So this $500.
Yeah,
where
so
did
that's
you
going to be
put that in?
triad. That's
So
going
you
to go to
put that
triad.
into, is that a town account that goes into?
I don't know. That's a good question, and that's a accountant question.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it'll go into all I know is it does
It's
go into
for
the triad.
triad, yes,
So
that's
that
great.
built it up. So now we have that funding to use it for, we have the once a month triad event. So if we had a speaker that we had to pay $50 or something, we could take it out of that. So there's a lot of, it's purposeful for an enrichment of the community in terms of, safety. So, but all of our key, speakers that do come, they're always, free. You know what I mean? They always in kind, and we don't have to typically pay for them. So, which is good. So anything having to do with the funding, we're comfortable. And even if we did take the 10% with regard to our expenses in terms of office equipment and things like that, we've done very well with. If we ever get when we do get our new building, it may be different because we're going to need furniture and all the fun things that you would find in a council on aging, and mostly the technology part, but there's always stuff out there that's offering we can take advantage of. So I save a lot of this information. It might lay dormant for a year, but I remember that it's there, and that's what I did with this grant. I pulled it out and I say, oh, it's getting low here, so pull it out of and we were fortunate enough to be awarded that, so I was grateful.
Well, your Generations group is chomping at the bit to help you.
Oh, they were
furnish
wonderful.
this.
Yeah.
They're ready. They've been working for so many years to
They've been wonderful.
to help with the new building, And I think that's where their heart is right
I think
now.
we-
So I think it's
I think we're
great.
about doing, and
Yeah.
and our population and seniors and the caregivers and the families really need to see that new wave of community center, and also COA.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a positive thing, and a lot of resources. We're seeing more and more people in the younger classification too, that are coming to our center for uses of Medicare and understanding a lot of that stuff too. So it's a population. Well, I wouldn't say younger. We're all young. We're all young.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just that we're seeing a lot more people coming in for the different services, and so
Yeah, I think that's why I like the mission statement where you put, But if somebody came in, I think we had this conversation, we're right in the mission statement. So if somebody came in and they were, in their 40s and they needed help with fuel assistance, would you help them with fuel assistance?
we have
or-
to. Okay, so these are the things that we as
But they don't have a documented disability.
That's all right.
And they don't, yeah. okay.
Technically, we got to think of this because who is going to be? We're drawing a certain crowd anyway, right? Because of the name, because of our brand.
Right.
Okay, so if it was let's just say BMZ, okay, like I'm bringing that up. If it was like a community center, we're going to see a lot of different variety of people, right? All different situations, families, and so on, and it could be seniors there too. But there is a no wrong door too. But when we offer support to South Shore Community Action Council to help them with the fuel assistance, even with the distribution of the food, we're not only helping our senior population or senior members, but we're also helping other families within the community. So when we bring in food, we are going to bring in additional food supplies, and then we would distribute it to maybe the fire station. Because the firemen, when they go out on a call and they see families in situation, to have those supplies available, hey, listen, we noticed that, you might have some economic issues, so therefore they might have a couple of these bags on the ambulance that they could provide to the families. So we're trying to be open to not just say shut down to every, certain individuals, but we also remember our seniors are very giving too. We're always, in support of other people, and, whether it be knitting, hats for the children, and so
Yeah.
on. So, but for these support services like South Shore Community Action Council and for the fuel assistance, we are open. So if you're in that category, that you're not a member, but we're going to have you register,
So-
we would still help you with that
Yeah, but I'm
application.
wondering if we should take out the word older and just have adults.
Well,
Because you said if somebody comes
No, I
in
think-
and.
yeah, could do that.
What is
But
it? Because if
let me
someone comes
see.
in and they don't have a documented disability, but they walk in and they have, they're 30 or 40, and they need help with fuel assistance. Darlene just said that Darlene helps them with their fuel assistance. So,
Well, we're still,
I mean, you would help
could
them
say-
anyways, no matter what your mission statement, but the mission statement is, what is our mission?
but I
Would-
think we have, when we say we put families and caregivers, right? So,
Yeah, but you still have older adults.
yeah, but that's our center.
But if somebody 30 years old walks in and says, I need help with fuel assistance, but then you're opening up, I think when we
Here's
talked
the deal.
about this before, we said it's for older adults because you don't want to open it up to everybody because you can only help, so did we
It's
talk
not
about
a
That's
that?
community
something-
center, it's a
I think
senior
Yeah.
center.
I think we should just leave it as this, you know, the older adults right now, and then maybe open it up to a survey for the public to understand. Because some communities have become to serve all, okay? They are the,
Some COA communities
yeah,
do
the
that?
Plymouth of Active Living, you know, there's, you know, Duxbury Center. So some of them don't put that limitation of the verbiage, you know?
Yeah,
So, and they open it up as a community center, Pembroke,
but
you
you
know?
don't feel like we're ready to do that?
I don't know, I have to ask, we have to ask the community. Do you
Okay,
think,
perfect.
you
I love
know, maybe we should ask them to see what they feel in the direction of, you know, maybe they, because we do help people, and we don't,
Hmm.
if they come, and it's a service that South Shore Community Action Council is asking us to do as a Health and Human Services,
Right.
social, you know, it's a social service, so we're not gonna turn a family away because they're not over 60, you know, but we're gonna, because we have the paperwork to facilitate that. But let me just say one more thing, for SNAP, say you need food assistance, right? The SNAP program is specific to somebody 60 and older. So, but then they have food, you know, ABT cards for anybody under that, and that's another telephone number and another type of thing. And it's all the same application process, but it's a different telephone number too. I think it's a little bit, actually I did do
So
a couple.
why don't we leave it like
But I think
that
we-
for now, and we don't have to make that decision right this minute.
Yeah, we can always upgrade it when we're ready.
Yeah, when you feel like, yeah,
But I
seems like we're helping more, you know.
Right.
But your mission statement is just to really, what do I want to focus on?
What's
Who
it-
am I helping? And so if older adults is really
Our
your
main
main
objective.
source, yeah, that's your main
Yeah, I
objective,
mean, that's,
so.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, if you open a business, it's a business for selling something, you know?
Right,
You know,
yeah.
a specific thing, and I guess it's you're branding your audience. You know, you're trying to
Right,
attract
right.
that one audience,
Okay.
but not just older adults, but we do,
Yeah.
people do come to us.
So does, let's see, new business, board members' comments and concerns. I will just say welcome, Pat.
Yes,
Thank you.
welcome, Pat.
And
Welcome.
Judy and I were at the, funny story, so we're at the selectmen's meeting and that was great. You did a great job there, Pat, and Judy being so supportive, but we were, you know, walking out the door and leaving and it was kind of icy and I turned back to make sure and Judy had done the stairs and stuff okay. And they were like long gone. They were in the parking lot and here was me.
You lagging behind.
Holding on to the railing and making sure I didn't slip. But anyways, I'm so happy to have you here and
Thank you.
thanks Judy for
I
going.
agree with
and-
that.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah. But you guys left me in the dust.
Sorry. We'll have to be more aware of that from now on.
Yeah. Me hobbling along and you guys are just like, bye, bye. I'm like,
Yeah, it's just-
okay.
I don't do outside at night, so.
I know you were ready to
I'm
get
anxious.
home. To just get home. Okay, so we'll continue our search for new board members. Any thoughts on that or?
I'm still looking.
I'm still looking.
I'm still inquiring with people down there in the park, see if I can get somebody else down there to join our board, that would be good. So, because we have a lot of seniors in that park, so.
I remember when I first came on, I was just two people, remember?
Yeah.
Two people. And I'm like, oh boy. So it's nice that we have the involvement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just like that, so it's a good thing.
I do have one that would be, I think, great, but she's on the Generations Board, so I have to wait.
Just so we
Who's
identify.
Linda Arnold.
Oh, Linda, yeah.
Is she on the board at the
Generations.
COA? I mean, at Generations,
Yeah.
She isn't?
I don't know, I
She's
don't,
on the board and I don't know that would.
I don't think she is.
Oh, if she isn't, I think she would be
Did I
great.
put that on our thing? Because I don't know on our minutes as to who's going to be our liaison.
Yes, Judy. Judy's our liaison.
Okay. So that's good.
Yeah.
That's just logical because I go to both
Yep.
meetings, so.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing.
So an update on Generations.
Yep.
They're forming a committee for the dog show. And we believe we're gonna call it the Dog and Pony Show because we're thinking of maybe getting pony rides. We're gonna see what we can do. But they're forming a committee. The next Generations will be for that committee only, the meeting. And that will be in January, and then we'll have our regular meeting in February.
Thank you, I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah, that's
Huh?
cool.
I'm glad you told me it's
So would
only
this-
for them
So would
in
this
January.
Oh,
so would this be like something they're planning for the summer?
yeah, sometime in around June, we think.
Cool, that'd be fun.
There's also talk of another cow plot, but we're not sure because of the work involved.
Yeah.
When we had it before, the outreach worker or whatever she was, that was her farm, and her husband is Scott Materna.
Yep.
He's on the thing. So they've offered it, but we don't know if it's a possibility or not. We have to do some investigating because there's an awful lot of work involved, and we don't feel that we can impose on them. So
Right.
we'll see.
Yeah.
And
that's-
as the time gets closer, I can reach out to Jonathan, Selectman Sealing, and since he was involved in the hops cow plop, and he might be able. He's a good hand. He might be able to help. I
Yeah.
don't want to add to his list of to-do list, but
Is there any,
that's what I do.
if we can find out too through Generations, maybe some passive income? So, maybe find out there might be some, like we were getting passive income from Stop and Shop. If you bought flowers at the florist, that blooming, so we get like $40 or whatever. So
I-
passive income to, the clothing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
box.
So something like that would be cool if we could get some kind of organization or something like we could look at, maybe get some.
You tried that with the sneakers, and that was kind of
Yeah.
a lot of work.
Well, that
Well,
was.
it wasn't a lot of, it was a lot of work, but that wasn't the reason. The reason was we weren't getting anything.
Yeah.
They sent all these bags of shoes and we got $6.
Mhm.
And it's more productive to put the sneakers and
yeah.
the shoes in the box out behind the COA because we get checks every month. Oh, every quarter, I believe. I don't know, she
So
was
that's
waiting for checks, so.
Clothing behind the COA?
Clothing,
Clothing.
shoes, belts.
Little bit everything.
But it's all recycled. So my suggestion is, if you have clothing that is really nice, donate it to St. Vincent de Paul at the church. Those boxes up there are good clothing that they take out, they wash them and clean them and they put them in the store and they sell them. And so if it's really nice clothing, then I would put it in there because the other stuff is just gonna be recycled. That's for things with stains on them or holes in them and stuff like that.
Well, we want to be we want to be respectful. People shouldn't be throwing some things that should be just thrown away. At some point.
Yeah, but those are the
because,
things
yeah.
that go in there because they recycle it. It isn't gonna affect anything.
Oh, they don't try to sell it,
No,
resell it,
no,
or?
they just recycle them.
Okay, that's good to know.
So, I mean, I have a nice pair of pants that, I don't wanna just see them put in a thing and dissolved and remade into something. I would like to see somebody get use out of it. But if it's, and I also think underwear is acceptable in that one. Because like I said, it isn't gonna be worn.
Okay, so a couple of things, because I realized on this agenda, there's new business and old business and director's report and chair's report, but we don't have a generations update, so I'm gonna be changing the agenda up to just add that.
Okay,
And I will put that right before.
OCS
Yeah.
too. Yeah, we have to- I'll show you how, I'll send you it, because I saw that, so OCS.
Well, can't that be under
report.
your, like every time I do like director's report, I can put OC, what?
OCES,
OCES report?
any business or something.
OC, yeah,
OCES, yeah, business, business
E-
information.
ES business,
OCES, yeah.
okay. Yeah, that's perfect.
Or maybe just say new business, yeah. New business.
Yeah,
or
I can stick that in either there or just put that under new
It's
business.
Triad, wait a minute, it's Triad also. Triad, so OCS.
Well, that all,
Triad.
yeah, okay, I can put that
So-
all under your report.
Okay.
I can put,
Yeah,
and then
sure.
triad, okay.
Yeah, it should be on there, I would think.
Yep, okay,
Just
that
like
sounds good.
bulleting
Yeah,
it. And so that we can just talk about it, what's happening.
Yep.
Let's see what else. Anything, got some nice thank you notes, you know, for the services and for the services that we provided individuals. It was nice. I had the thank you notes, but I left them in my office.
the, I just wanna say that, Christmas party at, Meadowbrook was very fun.
Oh,
I had a
It
really
was.
good time. Your
She
outfit,
does-
Darlene, was just smashing.
Oh no, it was like the hem fell, and it was just funny.
That was
It was like-
really in the spirit of
It was
things.
totally, well, it's like whatever. So it's interesting, yeah, I was like, what the heck, you know, I had it, so I said, I had it
I
for
had
3
the
years.
best table of
I-
singers.
But you know, the fun thing was, so the baskets went really well, everything was, but 80 people. It was so nice. We had close to 80 people, and the meal was awesome. Debbie does such a wonderful
Oh,
job
she
at
does a
Meadowbrook.
beautiful
Yep.
job.
And we had a lot of support from, you know, various, different other
Yeah.
organizations. But, yeah, she always does a great job, and everybody enjoyed the meal. And it was just, I didn't want to limit it to the food thing. And then people got both, you know, they were able to get both chicken and
Check out
everything.
the outfit.
Oh my gosh, who's it that?
That's my grandson-in-law.
Where did he get that?
I don't know.
I want
And
that.
it's funny, I sent
Okay,
something
I
to,
am gonna call
That's
out the
cute.
I
meeting.
said,
Call the meeting, yeah. But it went well,
Oh, I love it.
my son was
We-
gonna get one too. I mean, the two of them, they're nuts.
Oh,
And we had a
cute.
fantastic Santa. You should have seen Owen.
we were,
Owen found a girlfriend.
oh.
Okay, I'm gonna,
Well,
call adjournment of this meeting at 10:35.
10:35.
Gorgeous.
And thank you all, Merry Christmas.
No, Merry Christmas. How'd you say that right now? It happened too quick,
I know.
I know.
right?
Happy holidays.
Christmas.
Everybody have a great time with family and friends.
You too.